Next speaker is someone who has taught school for many years in our area school of Watkins Glen. She's taught biology, and she's here to talk about how fracking's impact will affect future generations and is currently affecting future generations. I'd like you to welcome Kate Bartholomew.
Thank you. I don't know how I can quite Mario, but and I'll be shorter. But
closer to the mouth, Kate.
I'm not used to eating microphones, but basically, I think we have to stop framing this struggle in the context of economics or energy policy, be it global or national, renewable or transitional, and confront the core threat, a threat to life. Any practice, in this case a large-scale, widely dispersed industrialization, combining several distinct extraction methods into one new leviathan designed to access and exhume previously untapped hydrocarbon resources, that through its standard operations provides multiple and varied vectors for potential air and water contamination, can be seen as nothing less than a threat to the health and life of New York State and all its life forms. It's time to cast aside the comforting code of political or socioeconomic or quasi-environmental rhetoric with which we feel familiar. It's time to stand naked with the truth. Fracking, in the broadest sense, kills, whether immediately or slowly over time, whether it kills individuals or entire ecosystems. All forms of life, humans included, are comprised principally of water, and that water cycles and recycles throughout the biosphere endlessly. But there's only a finite amount of it. And once it's contaminated in certain ways, it's virtually impossible to remove that contamination. So if that water becomes part of a new corn plant or a new baby in your household, so do the contaminants. And if those contaminants are fracking toxins or radiation brought up from depths, many of which have not been thoroughly tested in living systems, then they will begin affecting that corn plant and that baby. Similarly, living organisms rely on gas exchange to provide oxygen for the chemical reactions that provide the energy for life, as well as to remove waste gases produced by normal metabolic processes. But fracking adds waste gases, volatile organic chemicals, and other harmful chemicals to the air taken in by living systems. Some of those chemicals displace other gases that are needed for proper metabolism. Some are neurotoxins, some cause tissue damage. None are meant to be present at the levels being found near gas fields in Colorado, in Montana, in Texas, and now in Pennsylvania. Life requires clean, fresh water and clean air, things mentioned in the Pennsylvania Constitution. Yet our legislature and our governor refuse to fund even the most minimal health impact assessment before finalizing the decision about allowing this high-volume hydraulic fracturing technique in New York State. How dare they? We are not discussing gas prices or economic development. We're talking about life versus slow, painful, agonizing death. And they are not listening. We need to make them listen.
Yeah.
We need to make them listen.
Yes.
They're not listening.
Yes.
Are you going to make them listen?
Yes.
How are you going to make them listen?
No fracking way! 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 No fracking way!
And that could be, and you could say that equally as well at the ballot box.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.